If you're running a 3D printing business like me, you already know time is everything. The more efficient that your setup is, the smoother everything runs. And for me, one tool that's become absolutely essential is this. This is the Sunlu S4 Filament Dryer. One thing that makes this thing super special is the fact that it can dry 4 filaments at once. And honestly, that's been really huge for me because I print exclusively in PETG high flow from Bambu Labs, and well, you gotta dry that stuff before you can use it. So now when I get a shipment in, it's usually at least 4 rolls of filament, which is convenient. Now, typically what I will do is once I get these rolls of filament dried, I will throw them in these resealable vacuum bags. Having this set up as a workflow has been huge for running my little 3D print business here. This allows me to dry 4 rolls of filament at once, and because Bambu Labs PETG high flow takes about 8 hours at 65 degrees Celsius, I will load this thing up and let it run throughout the night. And then that way, if I have any more, I can load some more up while I'm at work and it'll be dry by the time I get home. And real quick, let's talk about the price. It's $139 at the moment. I don't think that's too bad given the fact that you can dry 4 rolls of filament at once. Yeah, there's definitely cheaper options out there, but they only do 1 or 2 rolls at a time. And when you need to do 4 rolls at a time, it does make a difference to have that kind of efficiency. Now, I do want to note that I did not pay that for this. Sunlu provided this to me so I could make some content with and use it in my business and provide some feedback. So do keep that in mind, but I do my best to kind of keep all of my thoughts my own. They're not going to see this video before you do. So there's that. Now, keeping a stockpile of dried filament is huge for me because I do offer multiple colors on my store, and I don't want to be scrambling to dry out some orange PETG if I just ran out mid-print. Now, you don't necessarily even need to use this just as a dryer. You can use this as a filament storage solution. There are 2 filament holes on the top on each side, and there's also 2 more on the sides. So with a total of 8 holes on this thing, you can run the filament any which way that you want to. And now that could be huge if you have an AMS light with the A1 or the A1 Mini, because all the filament is just out in the open like this, absorbing that moisture. Thankfully, where I live in the Southern California desert, it's not very humid here most of the year. In fact, my little thermometer thing over here says it's only 10% humidity inside right now. But on the flip side, it is 92 degrees in my garage currently. Now, I have seen a really cool mod where they have taken the whole AMS light system apart and modded it onto the top of the dryer, which is really cool. Now, this dryer is not really going to be able to handle any of those more exotic filaments like, say, this PCABS, this PA12CF, or even this PA6CF from Sunlu. It doesn't get hot enough for that. But what you can do is you can run them in here longer than what they're supposed to, and that will keep kind of getting that moisture out. That has worked for me in the past, but it is only limited to 70 degrees Celsius, so that is something that you need to keep in mind. Now, the front of the dryer does have a touchscreen that's monochrome, but it is very easy to use. You turn it on here. It is backlit, which is nice. It's fairly easy to kind of move around and change your setting. You can change your temperature there, 69 set. You can change it from Celsius to Fahrenheit. From here, we can change it from nylon to ABS, TPU, PETG, PLA, PC, PA, and there we go. Hit set. We can set the time of how long we want it to go for, what we want the relative humidity percent to be at. Oh, so here, when we're on the Sunlu here, what we can do is we can actually turn the lights on and off. But it does have that kind of cool LED lights letting you know that it is drying and it's doing its thing. I don't know if you can hear, but the fans inside are a little bit loud. They're not super loud, but if I open the lid, you can definitely hear it a lot more. So now, like I mentioned before, there's 2 doors on the top here we can open up. And you can see we have 2 spots for filament on this side. And there's another door over here that we can get access to get the other 2 rolls in. Now, I think from the product page, it does mention that there is 3 fans in here. There's the one here. There's another one right over here. But I think there's actually another center one that helps move everything around. Now, I need your help here. I like the Bambu Lab PETG High Flow, but I do want to make sure that I have the ability to use other brands if I need to. For instance, say if I can't get this quick enough or it's out of stock. One of the reasons I like this is the fact that it's more of a matte finish. Now, I haven't been able to find anything that's similar to this. I've tried Polymaker and it was too shiny. I've tried Elegoo's Rapid Elegoo's Rapid PETG, and that was too shiny. If there is a matte finish that's PETG, let me know down in the comments below, because I want to find some alternatives. I don't know if you noticed, but the front of this is actually like a smoked tint, so you can still see through this, which is nice. All right, let's load this thing up. Couple blacks, lid, open the other side. There we have it. This thing is ready to go. It'll dry my filament in 8 hours like it needs to. Honestly, I don't think this is a bad deal, considering the fact that you can run 4 filaments at once out of this thing. And if you're running a business like I am, you know, sometimes you gotta spend a little extra for kind of that business efficiency. Now, this may not be for everyone, but if you are using PETG and other filaments that need to be dried within that 70-degree kind of delta, this thing's awesome. If you enjoyed that video, you should definitely check out this video right here, where I check out the Bambu Lab A1.